guys, it's Rebecca. So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A video, basically just to celebrate me reaching 1k subscribers, which is actually unbelievable. Thank you so much to everybody who's subscribed to me. I did never think that I would actually hit 1000 subscribers. I can't believe that 1000 people would actually hit subscribe to me, so that literally just is so exciting. So thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to me, everybody who watches and comments on my videos and hits like and everything like that. Thank you for supporting my channel, it just makes me so happy. So as I said, I'm going to be answering some questions that you guys asked me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm going to be answering like one question per person because a lot of people ask me like 3 or 4 questions in one comment, and I think that that would be a very long video. So I'm just going to stick to like one question per person, especially because I had a bit of an overlap as well with questions. So yeah, as I said, I'm just going to get into answering your questions. So a question asked on Twitter by Lily over at Lily L Reads was favourite book as a kid. So there's this book by Michael Morpurgo called My Friend Walter. I absolutely loved this book growing up. I managed to find it in like a day whenever we were like forced to read, like pick and read a book from the library at school. I think I might have been 11 or 12, but yeah, I read this one and it was about this girl whose ancestor was Sir Walter Raleigh. Basically, he arrives as a ghost and he teaches her some of the history of the Tower of London and things like that. But it's such a cute and fun book, and I reread it a couple of years ago and I loved it just as much as I did whenever I first read it, and it just changed how I viewed reading. I was read to growing up a lot by my parents, and I loved like Enid Blyton and like The Faraway Tree and books like that. I absolutely loved them, but for a book that I actually read myself, it was definitely My Friend Walter that made me really feel like I loved reading myself for the first time. And yeah, I just absolutely loved it. So a question by Kerry over at Kerry Berry was, who are your auto-buy authors? So I'm going to answer this question as one more about auto-buy as in contemporary authors, and I think that Leigh Bardugo is definitely one of them, but another one, a newer one for me, is Sarah J Maas. Even though I haven't even completed the Throne of Glass series and that's the only books that I've read by her, I absolutely love the Throne of Glass books so much, at least from what I've read up to Queen of Shadows. I love those books so much that I feel like I'm just gonna love everything that Sarah J Maas writes. I want to read the entire and buy the entire ACOTAR series, and I also want to buy and read Crescent City so badly. Another one, as I said, Leigh Bardugo. I really want to read Ninth House and all of her newer books that she's come out, like with King of Scars, I still haven't read, and then obviously the sequel to King of Scars, which I haven't got yet, obviously hasn't come out yet. I definitely want to be reading that whenever it does come out, and then so it's actually kind of good timing that I haven't read King of Scars, because then I can actually know what's going on whenever I go into the second one. I won't have to reread it. But I literally love both of those authors, and I think I would just buy everything that they write now. I just feel like they can't do anything wrong. So Seeker Books asked me, what is your all-time favourite book? I always consider The Catcher in the Rye my favourite book of all time. You can kind of see it in the background there. I think that I consider The Catcher in the Rye my favourite book of all time, but since I haven't reread it in a really long time, I really don't know if I would consider it one of my all-time favourites, but it's what it's like my go-to kind of favourite book. Another one for me is definitely Pride and Prejudice, but yet again I haven't reread it. To Kill a Mockingbird, that's another one. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, that's another one. I don't have like all-time favourite book, but those are some of my all-time favourites, or what I consider to be some of my all-time favourites. Another one of my very top ones is Great Expectations by Charles Dickens as well. I absolutely love that. In terms of YA, I would definitely think Six of Crows and a bit of a guilty one, Shadow and Bone, and I love the Grisha trilogy, and as I said, Throne of Glass. They're some of my favourite YA books. The Hunger Games is definitely up there as well. I'm just like listing so many books I love, but yeah, The Hunger Games is definitely up there as well. That's probably my all-time favourite series. There are some of the books that I absolutely love. So I've got a question from Barb over at Barb's Bookland, and that was, what was the main memory you have of reading and who encouraged you to read growing up? So the main memory I have of reading, well, one of them is that My Friend Walter, but even younger than that is definitely, as I said, like getting read like Enid Blyton books, like The Faraway Tree. I have quite a lot of memories of like my mummy reading to me whenever I'm growing up. I think that she encouraged me to read a lot because she used to read quite a lot to us, and I absolutely loved that. So yeah, I would definitely say my mummy definitely encouraged me to read and definitely would always like read to us like as children, and I absolutely love that, and I probably think that that has a large part of why I love reading now. So a question from Butterflies on My Bookshelf. The question is, who are your favourite YouTubers? So I think somebody else asked me who are my favourite smaller booktubers. So I'm going to separate this, and I'm not going to answer this just as booktubers, but I'm also going to put in like bigger booktubers because I mostly watch booktube anyway. So separate to booktube, I really don't watch many other channels, but I have to say that I absolutely love Adina May's channel. She's absolutely fantastic. She's so fun to watch. She went to drama school, so if you're into that, definitely like watch her videos. She's into dance and everything like that. Because she is into like dance and drama, she's quite into fitness and everything like that, but not in like a way that I find like kind of too much and too stressful for me to watch, because I can find that kind of thing very stressful, because then it makes me feel bad that I'm not like that. But so she's not like that. She's not like where it's like completely like about fitness or anything. She's just so relaxing to watch. Does a lot of like weekly vlogs. She just vlogs herself and her family and just everything like that. It's quite nice, and I just for some reason just find her so fun to watch. Of course, another one of my all-time favorite YouTubers is Emmmabooks. She's one of the people that made me end up wanting to have a channel myself. But I think my favourite booktuber of all time has to be Ariel Bissett. I also love Books with Chloe, but I think Ariel Bissett is my all-time favourite. I just trust her views on books, and I love the way she's so invested in like English literature and everything like that. She's one of the best YouTubers for talking in depth, and she gets so excited about books. I think that's what I love about her so much. She gets genuinely so excited about books. That just makes me so happy, because I feel like I can relate to that. Like I feel like books actually give me like pure excitement, and and I just feel that like reflected in her videos as well, that I can feel that she feels like that. And I don't find that very often in people's videos where they get like genuinely excited. So that's what I love so much about her. I think she's absolutely amazing, and I don't know, if you haven't already subscribed to her then definitely do, but I'm guessing that you already have. But yeah, she's absolutely amazing. So I got a question from Krista over at Books with K, and she asked me favourite big and small booktubers, but as I said, I'll just say a bit more about like Books with Chloe. I love her so much as well. There's quite a lot of big booktubers that I really love. I'll leave all the links to these channels down below, but I'm guessing that you've probably already know about these bigger booktubers, but those are my favourites anyway. So I'm going to focus more on the smaller booktubers element of this question, and oh my god, I've got so many. So I'm just going to think of some on the top of my head. This doesn't mean that these are who I love the most, this just means that seem to have come into my head the fastest. So the first has to be Jo over at Jo Annotations. I absolutely love her channel and I love her videos. She's so lovely. You just need to go and subscribe to her. She reads like a variety of pretty much everything. I've noticed recently she's been reading a bit of like literary fiction, but she does stick a lot to YA and everything like that, and she does really like a lot of the popular books. She's, as far as I know, currently reading The Poppy War, but she's just so lovely. She does quite a lot. We do quite a lot of live sprints and everything like that together, and it's been so nice getting to know her, and I feel like everybody else should go and subscribe because she completely deserves 1k subscribers and more, and she's very close to that, so I would love if you guys could go and subscribe to her. Another one is Rachel Karras. I absolutely love her channel and she also deserves more subscribers. She's fantastic. She reads a lot of YA and everything like that, so I feel like she will like appeal to a lot of people who do watch booktube. She's absolutely lovely and she's really involved in the community, the same as Jo. All of the booktubers that I'm going to mention here are really involved in the community and put in quite a lot of effort into not only their videos but elsewhere. Rachel will always be like commenting, retweeting, everything like that on Twitter. She has like a bookstagram, everything like that. She's quite into journaling, everything like that. Her journal is absolutely beautiful. She showed it on my live the other night and I was like, I am so jealous. But she's such a lovely person and everybody needs to go and subscribe to her. I'm gonna do one more. I think that I haven't mentioned any of these people before on my channel, and that's what I'm going to stick to, because I was going to say somebody else but now I'm going to say one that I'm pretty sure I've never mentioned before on my channel, and that is Welsh Reader. It's Rhiannon over at Welsh Reader. She's so lovely and she's again quickly becoming one of my friends. She's so lovely and her videos are so good and relaxing. She recently did like a little read with me that I'm yet to watch, but I really am excited for it because this thumbnail is so cute. She reads quite a lot of popular books too, so I definitely think that her videos will appeal to everybody who's subscribed to me, and they're extremely high quality. Her bookshelves are absolutely beautiful. She does a lot of live sprints, things like that, and she's always involved with my live sprints, well at least has been recently, and she's so lovely and so supportive, and she does a lot of work, as I said, outside of YouTube, like outside of doing her videos, as I said, like live sprints, work on Twitter, work on Instagram, everything like that. And I think that that is like one of my favorite things whenever I watch somebody's videos, whenever they're involved elsewhere in the community, because she's also always watching live sprints and everything like that, and supporting my channel and supporting other people's channels. And I just love that about these people that are on this list. There's so many more small booktubers. I will link my small booktuber shout out above and below. I'll link it above if I remember, but I'll definitely link it below. But you can go and check that out in my channel elsewhere if I do manage to forget to do that, because I always do. You can find that on my channel, because there's a lot of more small booktubers that I haven't mentioned here that I absolutely love, who also put in a lot of work, and I just think that they're absolutely fantastic and they're lovely people, and you need to go and subscribe to them, or else or else I'll do nothing, to be honest, but I will be sad. This is a good question. I've got, not that any other questions weren't good, but this is just this is a question from Jessica Marie over Mermaid Reader, and she has asked me, who's an author that you can't believe you've never read from before? And this one is, I'm going to say, Thomas Hardy. I really want to read a Thomas Hardy book in 2021, at least one. I think in like June I picked The Woodlanders out of my like little TBR jar. I still have not read it. I brought it over to uni, so I have it here to hold me accountable, but it's not being read. I have Test of the D'Urbervilles, I've got Return of the Native, I've got so many other ones, I've got Jude the Obscure, I've got so many Thomas Hardy books, and I just really want to read a Thomas Hardy book. And I just haven't. I really want to read Far from the Madding Crowd. Whenever I watch that film, I love that film, and I just really want to read him. I think I will love his books, so I'm just gonna hope that this video kind of holds me accountable. If I haven't read a Thomas Hardy book by November, someone tell me, Rebecca, you said that you would show me this footage, tell me that I told myself that I would, and just be like, no, okay, read that, because you're not even into classics if you haven't read Thomas Hardy. Who are you thinking that you are? That's basically what I want everybody to say. So yeah, I can't believe I've never read a Thomas Hardy book. That needs to happen in 2021. Okay, so a really nice question that I've got from Lucy over at Lucy Turns Pages is, what tips would you give to other booktubers, and what are your dreams for the future? So for tips for other booktubers, I think that one of the most important things is like being involved in the community. As I said, being involved on Twitter and Instagram, and basically watching other people's videos and joining in on conversations, because that's what makes booktube so much more fun. And I think that a lot of booktube is just people making friends with each other and just subscribing to each other's channels. Obviously I'm not really in the position to give like many tips, especially because I've taken like so many like breaks from booktube at times whenever I just wasn't able to film and upload and everything like that. So I'm probably not the best person to take any advice from, but I definitely think that the main thing is getting involved. And it sounds kind of like cliche and cringy and everything, but I definitely think it's so true. But yeah, what are your dreams for the future? For YouTube, I don't really have any kind of goals. What I do with YouTube is I take it in like smaller goals, so ones that I'm close to hitting. I won't be like, okay, so for example, I've got about 1,060 subscribers right now. I won't be like, okay, so next step is 2,000 subscribers, or next step is 5,000 subscribers, because I find that that puts a lot of pressure on me, and I just don't really see the fun in that. So I am currently aiming or hoping for 1,100. Like, that's all that I really want. I think that that would be so nice and fun, but that's all that I want. I don't really like aim for high amounts of subscribers. What my aim really is to start reading more books, but I find that so hard for some reason to read the extortionate amount of books that other people read. I get extremely pressured to read, and I don't like that feeling, because I feel like booktube definitely has like this culture of like, if you don't read 100 books in a year and hit your Goodreads goal, then you're not like a real reader and everything like that. I definitely think that that's there, and I get bothered by it. I'm not gonna lie, I get bothered by it, because it's kind of you're being forced to read. I don't know, I just find that kind of upsetting, because it's like, this is meant to be fun. You don't have to read a certain amount in January, and if you haven't read 10 books or 14 books by 31st of January before it hits 1st of February, then you're not you're not good enough to be a booktuber and everything. And I don't know if that's just like anxiety kind of getting to me, and just like myself overthinking, but that I feel that pressure. I don't think everybody feels that pressure. I don't think people are trying to pressurize anybody, but I think that that definitely is there, that kind of everybody has to read this amount of books. Whenever I'm a slow reader and I like to really like enjoy every single page. I don't like rushing books. I end up not even remember what happened. So my goal is like to read a bit more, maybe like one more book than usual per month, like 4 or 5 books per month. I usually read like 3 to 4, so if I read like 4 to 5, that would be me so happy. Not because I want to be like, this is all the books I read, but more because I not only want to have more books to talk about, but there's so many books I really want to read and I want to get to it. I'm like, I'm not going to get through these and all this in one lifetime. There's so many books, so many exciting books coming out this year, and so many exciting books that have come out, and I want to be able to get to read them, and I'm so hoping that this is the year that I'll get through so many that I just really want to read and know I will love. Those are my 2 aims. 1, hit 1,100 subscribers, because that would be super cool, and 2 would be just to read maybe 4 to 5 books a month instead of like 3 to 4. That would be pretty cool. I know I'm so rambling so much, but yeah. So I've got a question from Kathy Trithart, and that is, what's a genre you don't read all the time but intend to enjoy when you do? I definitely would say thriller. I've only ever read 2 thriller books, and that is The Family Upstairs and The Woman in the Window, and although I did enjoy The Family Upstairs more than The Woman in the Window, why is my brain literally going to fuzz? Thriller books, I quite enjoy them whenever I read them. They're really fast paced, I get through them quickly, it's something that I need, and they're just fun and I enjoy them more than I read them. I mean, yeah, that makes sense, I think. A question from Queen of Mysticry. So she asked me a genre you can't get into. 100% sci-fi. Aliens cringe me out. Robots, I don't like them. I don't mind it whenever it's on the TV, whenever it's in a film, a high budget film. I don't like aliens, robots, things like that. I will never read Illuminae. It's just not something that's ever gonna happen. That's just not for me. I'm currently looking for a question that I know that I got on Instagram from Shelby. Shelby's so lovely. Shelby's one of my friends. You should also go and subscribe to her. I'll link her channel below. My question is, has there been a new favourite book of yours you discovered on BookTube, BookTwitter, or Bookstagram? I don't think so. I mean, there's lots of books that I want to read that I've discovered on those, like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Oh, I know! My Dark Vanessa, that's actually a really good one. I wouldn't have known My Dark Vanessa existed if it wasn't for Bookstagram and BookTube, probably. That's such a good book. My Dark Vanessa is a really good book. I gave it 4 stars, but it's one of those books that keeps coming back in my brain. I still wouldn't change it to 5 stars. It literally keeps coming back in my brain. You know, and I feel like you literally can't stop thinking about it. It's such a good book. That's it for this video. I know that I didn't answer that many questions, but I didn't want this video to be too long because I know how rambly I am. This just stopped filming, and I really hope that I got all that footage. If it didn't, I will cry. I really am so happy and glad that I actually reached 1k subscribers. I'm so grateful. Just thank you so much for watching this video if you've made it this far. Thank you so much for everybody who asked me questions. I didn't think anybody was going to ask me even one. So as I said, that's it for this video. My camera just overheated as always. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for 1k. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload. It really helps me out. As I said, all the links to everybody's channels that I mentioned will be down below. Cards will be above, everything like that. So please do check out all the booktubers that I mentioned. They're all fantastic. And anyway, thank you so much again, and I will see you in the next one.